Hello, everybody. It is 10:15 on a lovely Tuesday morning here in sunny Los Angeles. Oh, my shirt's nice and open. I look like some kind of like disco guy from the 70s. Let's do my shirt up. What is it? Yeah, I was clubbing last night. You know, woohoo! That's a joke. Yes, I can't see myself going clubbing. I'm a little past the clubbing stage. How is everybody? Hope you're all doing marvelously well. Delvin, Chad, Wilma, Jesus, Patrick Larson, Nate Wycroft. Hey, Nate. Like your posts in the academy. Andre, Ben, Baz. Lots of wonderful people. Anthony, Joseph, Sebastian. How are you all? It's all lovely to see you here. Rather lovely, to say the least. Good afternoon, says the Eagles Rage. Well, two things. Thank you ever so much to DistroKid, who are sponsoring this, which means they are paying Eric's wages for this one. Woohoo! Oh, Delvin says got the signed book yesterday. Yes, we shipped them all off. Have every single one gone now, Eric?
Still need a few more.
There's a few more going out, but they should all be on their way. So please, leave us a nice review if you can on the Amazonian. So, I just got louder. What happened there, Eric? That was weird. It just suddenly got 1 decibel louder. Anyway, good evening to you in the Netherlands, Baz. Hello in China. Eric, hey Eric, from Nice, will be in France in a couple of weeks. So that would be rather wonderful. Hello in Munich, in München. All right, let's get on and do some work. Eric, if you go to the other screen, please. So why don't we listen to where we left off? Because I have absolutely no idea. What I love about this is I just start it up completely plain. This is how we left off the song. If you haven't already, please download the tracks. And firstly, secondly, I might say, I've got to thank DistroKid a bit better, because not only are they sponsoring, therefore paying Eric's wages to do this, which is rather lovely of them, reason why we work with them, because we're pretty hesitant to do paid sponsorships. When people give us a piece of equipment or something like that, we always put sponsorship on it, because whether you're paid or not, if you get a piece of equipment for free, you're technically being sponsored, aren't you? So whenever I get a review piece of equipment, we always say paid sponsorship. Although I did notice yesterday's video, we said paid sponsorship, which it wasn't, but whatever. Who knows? It wasn't paid. That was over at Mike's house, but maybe it's because he works for Sweetwater. I don't know. Maybe they thought because it talked about I don't know. Either way, it's good to be upfront about it. So, DistroKid. The reason why we work with them is because as producers, engineers, and mixers, or songwriters, or artists, or whatever you do, the greatest thing about DistroKid is not just the fact that you can get into all of the online stores all over the world, just like, frankly, all of them do. They do what everybody else does. So there you go. So, and they're competitively priced. So that should be enough. No, the reason why we work with them and why we're happy to talk about them, because as producers, engineers, mixers, songwriters, etc., you can assign the payments when you upload the tracks. Meaning, if you're a producer like me who works with tons of independent artists, we can upload the track and they can put in the percentages I need to be paid there and then DistroKid takes care of it. So if you're a producer, an engineer, or mixer, go and sign up. We've got a 30% off. I know most people do 7%. They gave us a 30 because they realize that our community is entirely made up of producers, engineers, and mixers and musicians. Thank you, everybody that watches. You are the real deal. You're here because you want to learn about production. You want to learn about songs and songwriting and recording and all of the rest of it. So thank you, everybody here. So we recommend DistroKid specifically because of that. Just to be clear, if you have an account, you go and join. The next artist you work with, you say, here's the splits. You agree on the splits. And when they upload the track, they put in your information and you get paid at source. And you might say, well, what's the big deal? I'll tell you what the big deal is like I've had hundreds of thousands of independent songs, but hundreds of independent artists I've worked with over the years, alongside all of the Freys and the James Blunts and the Aerosmiths and all the big bands that I've worked with. I work with tons of independent artists. And when we do a contract, sometimes it can cost like $1,500 to do a contract with an artist. I've had a couple of like 3,000 where the lawyer changes grammatical errors and you end up spending a bleeding fortune, and you're doing it to get paid a percentage on the back end, and then they never provide accounting, and you have to go and write them hundreds of emails, and then they have to get in there. And the problem is they're artists. They sit there and they're not going to like take the $17 they made that week and divide it up between you and him or her. They're not going to do that. It's just a lot of extra work for them. So DistroKid does it for you. It completely and utterly does it for you. So every single piece of income that comes in. Now, you might say, well, and this is the usual one I get, well, Warren, it's only like $50 a month or something like that. I'm like, yeah, but it's $50 a month that you're guaranteed to get paid by every single artist you work with. So it can be real, proper income if you do this. Get your artist to sign up on DistroKid. Get it put out through DistroKid, and then you can get paid. You can get your percentage paid to you. And in the economy that we're in, where everybody is obviously trying to, make money here, but also not spend as much, it's really grown into a position now where you have a little bit more leverage on your back end because they want you to do work at a lot lower price. And I get it. People don't have the budgets that they used to have, and they don't have disposable income. They're not getting any PPP money or any of the stuff that was happening during the old pandemic. So I think it's important to make sure that you do this. Register with DistroKid and make sure your artist uses it, and you will thank me in a couple of years when you have 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 tracks or artists out there paying you residual income, even if it's just a few dollars a month. Once it's a few people a month, that could be quite a difference, quite a huge difference. I speak from actual proper experience. All right, let's listen to the track. Here it is, Gone. This is where we left it last week.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch. All that time you lost trying to wind it back. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you spring will come at last. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs, but don't look back. I'll meet you later on, but for now I'm gone.
Okay, so I don't want to keep listening to it because I know the big global things that I want to do, and then the rest of it we're going to spend some time doing some automation. So first things first, I want to know something because we're going to give away a year's membership to the Academy here. These multi-tracks are in the Academy, by the way, and we did a mixed breakdown in the Academy, so you can. It's one of the first songs I think we did, isn't it, Eric? It's like what did we calculate the other day? We've got
over 150.
150 multi-tracks that we did. Yeah. Then we've got
20 to 30 of Steve.
Then 25, 30 of Steve Majora's multi-tracks.
And then over 100.
And then over 100 users multi-tracks. So we've got probably about 300 multi-tracks in there, many of which comes with mixed breakdown videos, either by me, Steve, or of course by community members. So it's pretty insane. So you want to learn how to mix, you got 300 opportunities there to learn how to mix. So pretty awesome. So what I want to know is, this is for a free membership to the Academy. I want to know, what do I want to know? I suppose I want to know, how long have you been mixing? Are you new to it, or have you been doing it for months, years, decades, centuries, 300 years? 300 years ago, I downloaded Ableton Live onto my tablet, which was actually a tablet. No, I can't keep this going. Anyway, do you like my voice? Hi, I'm Batman. All right, so Eric's laughing at me because I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. All right, how long have you been mixing? And at random, Eric will pick somebody, and you've got a free membership to the Academy. If you're already a member, you'll get an extra year for free. And if you're a lifetime member, you'll get any Pro Mix Academy course that you want. That's Pro Mix Academy courses. All right, so just listening to that, low end, kick was massive. Needs to just be shaved a little bit. Bass guitar was massive, just needs to be shaved a bit. Just take care of the low end. And then I feel like everything else after that is going to be automation. On and off for about 30 years, says Sebastian. About 25 years, says Mats. Frank Noy says 1 year. What was Chris? I don't know, how long's Chris? How long have you been mixing? So I think what I want to do, I know we bust. Do we have a busing issue or something? Can't remember what happened. We had a busing issue. Don't remember. All right, so I'm going to bust the kick so I can just shape it a little bit. Let's make sure. Yay! All right, so kick sub. Oh, there's already a kick sub? Okay. Maybe it's the one I created the other day that didn't get used. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's get rid of that. Okay. All right, so now we can listen to it in context. Here's all our kick elements. We're going to listen to it in solo. We had a big debate yesterday on I can't remember what forum it was, about listening in solo. And won't spend too long on this, but I said that I've sat with, name every major mixer. I think I've sat with them all over the years at some stage when I was doing more major label stuff back in the olden days of 10 years ago. And I would say every single one of them solos. Every single one of them solos. The only person I've never seen actually solo is Bob. So when Bob Clearmountain says he doesn't solo, I believe him. But obviously, if you can mix in context of the mix, it's always going to be better. But we are soloing on YouTube here because we're teaching, and it's easier to show the moves and people to hear what's going on. Okay, so I like that, but I'm hearing a build-up of about 100 hertz. So I don't mind the low. So let's go and grab an EQ. So first thing I'm going to do is just go down to the super subby stuff. Like, I don't need 20 on this. This is not a 808 track. There's just a bit of a which is not terrible, but so I'm going to go to 100 here, and I'm just going to cut it, but I'm going to cut it a little bit more finitely. Off. Not many people do this, and they don't understand why I do it. I think I've seen a couple of channels now copying it on the YouTube and stuff like that. But the reason why I do it is because of this. Let's throw in our bass. Now, I have no problem, because I played the bass on this, to admit that that isn't very tight. It gets a little ahead on two places, which I don't like. So, it's a little flammy, a flammatage, flamtastic. So I'm just going to drag my bass playing back ever so slightly. So I'm just, and this is what a lot of us do as mixers, is we do minor editing. Much better. That one can just maybe sneak forward ever so slightly. But there's the kick out a little bit. There we go. I don't mind doing this if this is what I have to do. If it's like a, mixers, often, people say to me, oh, I'm not being paid to edit. I'm like, you're being paid to make it better. So if you have to like edit like a hit like that, you're like, oh, the bass player, which in this instance is me, was a little ahead and this kicks a little bit out here. If you have to edit it to make it better, that's just what you do. I have absolutely no problem with it. But I do see a lot of people debating. They're not paying me to edit. Like, they're paying you to make it sound better. So don't be afraid to do it. So it's created a little bit more room for the bass now. Just a little bit, that little shave.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch.
So, is everybody still saying how long they've been mixing? Or did you choose somebody?
I just chose right now, and Sheila won.
Sheila won! Yay! How wonderful. You can if you're already a lifetime member, you can choose any Pro Mix Academy course. And that means even the really, really, really expensive ones. I don't ever quantize unless it's something that wants to sound like a machine gun. Otherwise, I don't. The bass just feels it's still a little bit too tubby, doesn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty awesome. But let's just see if we can just clean it up a little bit. So what have we got on our global EQ? So let's just pull down the R bass maybe a schnizzle. Okay. It looks like I've boosted quite a lot of mids there. Really have any 100 boost going on. But I've got R bass on the DI, so why don't I just pull that down a little bit. And that note just gets a little bit out of control, doesn't it? I mean, I like it, but it's a little bit out of control. So this is what might be nice to do, is just put a little bit of compression on that element. Now, lots of people don't like to compress independent elements that go into one. I do. I don't have a problem with it. I'm sorry if that offends people, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't know what compressor I opened. Oh, talk about basic. Just a tiny bit. This is the most basic compressor I've ever used. I don't even know what it is. Who knows what compressor this is? It's just called compressor. And it's totally basic. All right.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your...
Cool. Now what we're going to do, Don apparently is offended. Nothing wrong with basic. It gets the job done. I agree, Chaz. I'm all about it. I'll use anything. We used a real combination of different stuff here. We didn't no allegiances to any particular company. We did use a lot of. These are all free. These are all free here. These are the ones that come with it. That one isn't. But yeah, generally speaking, that's what we did. So I'm going to listen now, and we're going to get into automation. Did you download the multi-tracks yet? Also, please hit the like button, and if you can, share. Would be absolutely fantastic to let other people know we're here. The multi-tracks are superb. Chase is a wonderful songwriter, really wonderful songwriter.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch. All that time you lost trying to wind it back. Some good shoes on and throw away your watch. Trying to wind it back. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you spring will come at last.
Apparently it's the Benford compressor. Thank you.
Will come at last. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to go through the song like this and just listen and see what things I want to change. Don't get me wrong. I love this, but I feel like I want to detune it or something. I don't know. What acoustic? It's probably my Yamaha. Yeah, I'm going to leave it for the time being. Maybe it just needs a tiny bit of bite for me or something. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Just to get it to sit firmly in the left and right. So we'll just grab EQ. Oh yeah, we're going to go and use the one that comes free with the software, with the DAW, with the DAW, which would be this one here. So I'm just gonna kind of go. I like mid-range on acoustics. I like the 1K-ish area, believe it or not. And I'm gonna maybe go to like 3, 4, 5 and do a little. That's better. It's starting to make it feel like it's in one place. Let's just see if we can just shave off some of the low lows. We don't need really anything probably below like 150-ish. Because I think that's going to also help our bass, because we were getting that kind of low build-up. So that's where I think the electric comes in there and maybe takes over a little bit. Let's have a listen. So just as a precaution, on it, because I was hearing a little bit of low-end build-up. We're going to do a little gentle high passing. We're not going to go nuts on this. We'll open up a 7-band. Again, we'll use something that comes free with the door. I'm getting used to calling it a door. So what we did is we had a duplicate of these parts. And I think what we were doing was like doing some effects on it. So what I can do is I can go over here. I'll duplicate. So what I've got is I've got a duplicate of some of these guitar parts. And it looks like it's just the verse here. So why don't we go over there? I've copied down the... So I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to grab Echo Boy. So I copied down the EQ just to write for them. Oh, do we have the... Oh, we do have it. Good. Phew. So we've got 100% wet. Let's... Do we have the tempo set properly? Yes, we do. Going to bring up those acoustics ever so slightly. So I really like that piano, electric piano that Steve Majora plays. It's really wonderful, but it does need some kind of like reverb, etc. on it. I had a very lovely conversation with Ken Calais yesterday. Yeah, it was very exciting. And he talked about how he used the Strato Blaster to drive Christine McVie's electric piano into an amp to give it even more overdrive, which I thought was pretty awesome. Pretty darn awesome. So let's just give it some verb. Oh, looks like 3 and 4's already used one channel, so let's not do that. Let's make it 17, 18. Okay, so I'm thinking, I don't think it needs to be... I was about to say fancy, and then I saw Abbey Road Chambers, so of course I wanted to do that. Let's do the spring reverb. Let's do a sprung. The spring has sprung. Why did I not get it? Okay, mix. Pretty awesome. I think this is another one which comes free with the door. Why do I feel like I want to be speaking into reverb, Eric? Comes free with the door, door, door. Sorry. Anyway, so my microphone's drooping. All right. I like that. I like the spring has sprung. I think it makes some sense. Okay, let's have a let's see what the guitars and the cymbal swell's doing here. So I'm going to copy that low end kind of high passing on the guitars down. So, same thing, bit of high passing on that. Again, it's not really anything drastic, but why the heck not? I don't really need those low lows, even just a little bleed of it in there.
Feels like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost.
So we've got a lot of stringage going on here. Have you downloaded the multi-tracks yet? I don't use much widening software, however. So that's kind of our high line. I feel like let's exaggerate the high line on this a little bit. So just a tiny bit of EQage. Again, we can go for what comes free with the DAW. Expector Eric. So just a little bit extra air. Now there's no low lows on it, but let's just do this so we can make sure it fits perfectly. Cool. That works really nicely. All three together. That's what I'm thinking, Gotcha. I'm thinking on the high line only, just to put a widener on there. Just don't tell anybody I did it, okay? I did not do this. It did not happen. Let's go to center one. Oh, Wheel of Death. Oh, no. Here it is. Now, what I like about this... So I'm actually pulling down the center. Let's have a listen. Oh, I do like that air on the center. Gosh, of course I do. This is a really good plugin. I love the air it's introducing. Okay, so I'm changing my mind. Now I feel like this is a lead line. Should actually come up the center. Okay, so now I'm going to listen to these two and see what we can do to widen that schnizzle. So I'm changing my mind, but this is what's great about this stuff, isn't it? You can have some fun. Okay, so we got the center air stereo width. This is another one that comes free with the DAW. I'm sure you have your version. So width. The reverb's printed on it. These are stock sounds from Logic. All of the synths and pianos and stuff were all done in Logic. So what's interesting, so with the synths, I think there's so much going on in those mids. You know, it's like, and the piano, because with the piano playing as well, which is all like 400 to 1.5. Love that cello, brought it up. Let's go to the second half of the first verse.
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you.
Bringing it down, it was great in there, but not so much here.
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you, spring will come at last. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you, spring will come at last. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you.
We haven't done any EQ or anything fancy to this yet, but we are going to go fancy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the big boys at it. I'm going to use Soothe 2. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum.
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you, spring will come at last.
You see what I did though? I went down to the low mids a little bit more. We can use just
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long.
It's still got that warmth of his voice, but
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, spring will come at last.
okay. Now that I've controlled it and made it a little bit more even, I'm actually going to boost some of the highs and make it cut. So this is what I do. So we're evening out some of those high mids that are getting a little bit aggressive, just a bit, just a shade, just a tiny bit. And we're evening out, and now we're actually going to boost it. You're probably thinking, what? You're crazy. Yeah, but it's evened it.
Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, spring will come at last. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, spring will come at last. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, spring will come at last. Put some good shoes on.
So these are actually some lexicon effects that I've supplied for you. So when you download the multitracks, you have these.
And throw away your watch. All that time you lost trying to wind it back. Summer fade.
So if you remember and you go back, if you've missed it, we added that delay guitar on the other side. Okay, everybody, let's do our second giveaway. This is for a year's membership for the Academy. If you're not already a member, if you're already a member, you get an extra year. If you're not a member, you get a free year membership. If you're a lifetime member, you get any ProMix Academy course you like, even the really expensive ones. Okay, so what do we want to know? We've found out what DAW you use. No, we did that earlier, didn't we? Not on this one, but probably on the previous one. Do you use speakers or headphones? And if you use headphones, what headphones are they? And if you use speakers, or, as well as headphones, what speakers do you use? No wrong answer. Eric will pick at random. How do you monitor? Do you monitor with headphones or speakers? And please tell us which ones you use. And Eric will pick at random. Okay, let's have a listen down, see how it's sounding. Don't forget to download the multitracks. And thanks ever so much once again to our sponsor who's paying Eric's wages. Yay! DistroKid. We love DistroKid because DistroKid allows us as producers, engineers, mixers, songwriters, etc. to assign payment to ourselves and to the artist and everybody else at source. So if you get your artist to sign up for it and you're also already a member, you can go, I mowed 20% of every single stream and it gets paid at source. I can tell you from experience, having recorded thousands of independent tracks, worked with hundreds of independent artists, that getting them to do accounting is almost impossible. So if you can get it done at source by DistroKid, highly, highly, highly recommend it. All right, let's have a listen.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch. All that time you lost trying to wind it back. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long. But I promise you, spring will come at last. Life is like a map. You will find your path. But sometimes you.
So these are super dry.
Life is like a map.
They're not terrible. They're pretty cool. And he sings them well. So let's go and grab just a little bit of EQage. So I'm just going to do, we should just go for comes free with our DAW to prove that anybody can do this. You don't need expensive plugins whatsoever.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. But sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a map. You will find your path. But sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a map. You will find your path. but sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes...
See, sometimes you have to just get in there and do 5 seconds of work. And I'm going to do 5 seconds of work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab an EQ, an audio suite, and I'm just going to get rid of that. Like such. And there's another one here.
You'll find your path, but
I like to do detail work. I just do. I know some people don't like it. They want to find a plugin that does everything for them, and there's this magic plugin that I don't have to do any work, and I press this button and it makes everything sound like I'm John Lennon. Personally, I like to do the detail.
Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a...
It's a little his vocal, isn't it? It just brightened and it picked up a little bit too much.
Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs, but don't look back. I'll meet you later on, but for now I'm gone. Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day, in a box beneath your bed. When you feel too alone.
Thank you, Rainier. I really appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it is coming together nicely. It's nice to be able to do these and do these like 1 hour quick mix sessions and just kind of like have you all be here. I read all the comments and, you know, sometimes there's some really good ideas in there about things to do. So I appreciate everybody's input. Don't feel free to hold back, you know, just let me know.
When you feel too alone, scare away the ghost.
Thanks, Michael. I really appreciate it.
When
Kajima, is it Mikael?
When you feel too alone, scare away the ghosts. Think of me instead, but for now I'm gone.
So I cheated. I did all those gones through a group and I put reverb on the group, which is very unusual for me. Who won and what did they win? They won the year.
It was Midnight Blue Movies.
Midnight Blue Movies. So we don't know you. Hello, Midnight Blue Movies. If we do, I apologize. And uses Biodynamics. Thank you.
But for now I'm gone.
I like it though. It's quite a shock, isn't it, when it comes in? See, what do you guys and girls think?
Away the ghosts. Think of me instead, but for now I'm gone.
So it's a mono harmony.
Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day. Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day. Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day, in a box beneath your bed. When you feel too alone, scare away the ghosts. Think of me instead, but for now I'm gone.
So this is where I think automation, procrastination. I think we just need to bring up both of those sections just a little bit, particularly here, because that's such a great line.
Think of me instead.
Such a good line. So this is where clip gain, sure your DAW, whatever you use, has a version of it too, but it's just really useful.
Think instead. But for now I'm gone. Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs. Don't look back. I'll meet you later on. But for now I'm gone.
So that little chorusy part there, I'm just going to bring the vocal up, the lead.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get. Life is like a map.
So I'm just going to do a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to take this chorus harmony. Double. Oh, I don't know. I called it a harmony. Don't just take this chorus doubleage and just take off some low lows.
Life is like a map. You will find your path.
And I'm going to just put a reverb directly on it. I never do this. I never ever do this. I never subscribe to doing this, but I'm going to. Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost. Life is like a map. You will find your path.
I'm overdriving it.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost.
I never do that, but I did. It's the second time I've done it in it. Shh, says Chris. Shh, I didn't do it. I never subscribe to putting effects directly on something, but it's on mono and I feel like I want to.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost.
Okay, and then I feel like those harmonies here.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs. Don't look.
I always do bust the reverb, but this time I decided not to. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Life is like.
You know why it is? It's because it's the same line in every single chorus, and I'm sitting there thinking, so I'm going to create a new channel, for one mono vocal just to put a reverb on it. I'm like, I'm just being lazy and cheating, and to be honest, in this situation, didn't make any sense to create a stereo bus of a reverb for one line that's repeated continuously. But typically, I wouldn't do that. I would always create a separate reverb bus. But it is what it is.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photos.
You know what? I want to know what it sounds like if I dump these into 13 and 14, which is the other one. This is the tag part.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. Sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs. Don't look back.
Kind of like that. Shh, don't tell anybody. I cheated. No, I just dumped that into the same. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get that balance about right. So I'm just going to go down to here and bring them down a little bit.
Life is like a map. You will find your path. But sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs. Don't look back. I'll meet you later on. But for now I'm gone. Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day. 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 In a box beneath your bed. Save them for a rainy day. In a box beneath.
Don't need that double breath, so I don't need it in the harmony as well.
Save them.
Taking it out here. It's just sometimes you get like the harmony and the lead both breathing at the same time. It's kind of. I've already got the breath, you know, compressed from the lead.
Hide your memories away. Save them for a rainy day. In a box beneath your bed. When you feel too alone, scare away the ghosts. Think of me instead. But for now I'm gone.
Pretty awesome. Okay, let's do one last giveaway. If you haven't already, please download the multitracks. As you can see, we're in like detail work now. We're having some fun with it. So please download the multitracks. If you haven't already mixed this inside of the Academy, do it. On Friday, we can listen to everybody's mixes. However, we are going to be at NAMM, aren't we, Eric?
We are.
We're going to be at NAMM. NAMM. So we'll try and live stream and all kinds of fun stuff. We are filming things there. So I think actually this evening, Eric, we're going to the Lewitt thing, which is in LA. So I'll meet you there. I'm coming with Karsha, so that should be fun. When is NAMM? It's this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. NAMM-tastic. All right, so we're trying not to get the NAMM thrax. Got a Jack Johnson feel to it. Yeah, I mean, Chase is that kind of artist. He's a great artist. And this was a lot of fun to record and produce, and really big fan of his. Okay, so what do we want to know? This is for the last giveaway. So thank you, DistroKid, for sponsoring. The reason why we love DistroKid is because, once again, first of all, you can get 30% off, so go and join there. Please hit the like button. There's 200 or 300 of you watching. Thank you ever so much. So please hit the like button, first of all. And let us know. We did headphones and speakers. Who won, by the way, last time? I can't remember. Got to look back.
We did give them a shout out.
Oh yeah, the headphones. Yeah, it was the sorry, I remember. It was the Biodynamics, the DT931s. I remember it written. Okay, so what is it? We did DAW. If there's one piece of equipment, doesn't matter what it is. Could be your interface, could be a microphone, could be an instrument, a guitar. It could be your piano. If there's one piece of actual physical equipment, I know there's always a smarty pants. Okay, my ears. You know, like, oh my God, really? I never would have guessed you're so smart. I get it. We understand the ears. What piece of actual physical equipment or software? It could be both. It could be a plugin. It could be a microphone. It could be a ukulele. It could be an acoustic guitar. It could be your djembe. It could be anything. It could be your Neumann U47. It could be a triangle. It could be. What is the one piece of equipment, physical or plug-in, not your ears, not your hands, actual, not your bodily parts, that you cannot live without? What is the most important thing? What is it for me? If there was one thing I would have to take, it would have to be an acoustic guitar, probably my 70s Yamaha. But if I couldn't get my 70s Yamaha, it would be an LL16 Yamaha, which I have been told ever since we started talking about them about 5 or 6 years ago, is one of the biggest selling acoustic guitars in the world. So I'm very happy. Thank you to everybody out there that went and bought those, put a microphone in front of it, and was blown away with just how good they sound. And of course, there's not one to hand for me to pick up and remember. And my elbow said, shut up, Warren, start playing it. So what's your one piece of equipment? Let's have a listen down from El Topo before we finish it up. Oh, somebody did Supraphonic snare. speaking to my heart.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch. All that time you lost.
Well, please hit the like button. This is for a 1-year membership of the Academy. This is if you're already a member, you get an extra year. And if you're a lifetime member, you get any, even the most expensive, course at Pro Mix Academy. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button and share your one piece of equipment that you cannot live without.
Put some good shoes on and throw away your watch. All that time you lost trying to wind it back. Summer fades to fall and winter's cold and long, but I promise you spring will come at last. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs, but don't look back. I'll meet you later on, but for now I'm gone. Hide your memories away, save them for a rainy day, in a box beneath your bed. When you feel too alone, scare away the ghosts, think of me instead, but for now I'm gone. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs, but don't look back. I'll meet you later on, but for now I'm gone. Hope you fall in love again. Hope you know I understand. Won't you fall in love again? A love that never ends. Life is like a map. You will find your path, but sometimes you'll get lost. Take some photographs, don't look back. I'll meet you later on, but for now I'm gone. I'm
I like it. Still some fun things to do. Max wants to know how can I multitask and read people's comments. I think I've been doing this a long ass time. And I think we're doing it a long time. You know, I get used to answering questions as I go. I get used to doing this. So a couple of things. I want to put this bridge vocal up into this one where I have an effect. Let's have a listen.
Hope you fall in love again. Hope you know I understand. Won't you
I'm tempted on this synthy just to put some saturation on it, just a tiny bit. Some of those gets just a little bit aggressive. So let's get a harmonic here. It's been the last thing we do, I think. There's still some things like, you know, get in there, air fuzzwah. You know, no. I want to get in there. You know what we should do is grab Futs. Where's Futs? There it is, Futs box. Okay. So you see what I do? Just want to get rid of some of that. Just drive that. This plugin is so freaking awesome. We have to do a whole video on this plugin. So this is Mac DSP's Futs, F-U-T-Z or T-Z Futs box here. Yeah, I use compressors to distort, but this. Let's hear it out. So it's just getting rid of that squealiness, controlling it. Let's hear it in the track.
Hope you fall in love again. Hope you know. Hope you fall in love again.
Yeah, I really like that. Honestly, if you get Mac DSP stuff, first of all, you should have Mac DSP stuff because their analog channel is world class and every decent mixer I know uses it. Don't talk about it enough, and we should do, but the analog channel is freaking amazing. And when I get stuff that's super, super digital, it's the first thing I put on every single time. It's kind of 101 basic, put the plugin on it. This is probably the single best plugin if you had to just have one plugin, especially when you're being handed stuff that's never been near a room that's all completely and utterly, virtual. It just ruins things in just the right way and makes them amazing. And of course, Colin McDowell is an absolute genius and one of the sweetest things in the world.
Hope you fall in love again. Hope you know I understand.
I should do a video on only mixing with analog channel. Somebody's saying Jamie and somebody else, I'm sorry, JB was saying maybe hear it down a lower octave. You know what? Now I've done all this craziness to it. Let's try it one more time. Why not? You know, we're here. It's the last thing we're going to do. Thank you, DistroKid, for sponsoring this. If you're not already a DistroKid user, join up. And of course, please join us in the Academy. It's a rather wonderful time. Pitch 2. This is the most basic one. So, boom.
You hope you fall in love again. Hope you know I understand. Won't you fall in love again? Love again.
I'm going to plead the whatever it is on that and come back and listen with fresh ears. This has been a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you, DistroKid, for paying for Eric to do this. And we really appreciate it. If you're not already a member of Produce Like a Pro Academy, please come and join us. As you can tell, there's lots of members here. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Congratulations to everybody that won some free memberships to Produce Like a Pro and some ProMix Academy courses. And yeah, don't forget, join us in the Academy. Or if you haven't already, get the book. Get the book. Can you put up a link to the book, Eric? Look, get a link to the book. It's the home studio recording book. It's freaking awesome. It took me and Jerry 3 years to write. We're very, very proud of it. We're very, very proud of it. Thank you ever so much. You rock. So long. Farewell. La vie de au revoir. Adios. Goodbye.